Police broke open room 608 of the Tsukuba Inn in rural Japan. What they found inside would haunt them for the rest of their lives. A man lay dead in a pool of blood. On the wall, written with his own blood, were the words, "Forgive me." The windows were sealed shut. The door was bolted from the inside. No weapon was found. No one saw anyone enter. No one saw anyone leave. And yet, someone had killed him. Or something had. The victim was a 32-year-old salaryman named Koji Nakamura. He had checked into the room just the night before. Security footage showed him entering alone. The door locked behind him. That was the last time he was seen alive. But here's where it gets weirder. The housekeeping staff knocked on his door at noon the next day. No response. They used the master key, but the door was bolted from the inside. A maintenance worker was called. They removed the hinge pins to open the door forcefully. And what they saw inside was pure nightmare fuel. Blood smeared across the walls. A body mutilated, eyes wide open, mouth frozen mid-scream. And the words, "Yurashite Kudasai, forgive me," painted in thick strokes of blood. There was no sign of forced entry. No weapon. No fingerprints other than the victim's. The blood was fresh. Yet time of death was determined to be almost 10 hours earlier. So, who wrote the message? The autopsy revealed deep stab wounds in the abdomen, yet no foreign DNA. His heart had stopped due to trauma. But here's the mystery. The pattern of the wounds suggested that he couldn't have inflicted them all on himself. Not without passing out. Not without help. Was it suicide? Or staged? How did the killer get in? And more importantly, how did they get out? The windows were latched from the inside. The door was locked and chained. No ventilation duct was large enough for human movement. It was a perfect locked room. Residents of the area began whispering about the Tsukuba Inn being cursed. They spoke of a woman who had hung herself in room 608 20 years earlier. Her last words? Also, "Forgive me." Old police reports from the 90s confirmed the suicide. A young woman named Ayumi Ishikawa had ended her life in that very room. Her death was ruled a suicide. But her family believed she was pushed to it by an abusive lover who was never caught. Could her spirit be tied to the room? Some theorists believe Koji Nakamura may have had a psychotic break, that he hallucinated the attack, that he imagined someone in the room with him. But that still doesn't explain the multiple stab angles, nor the message. Desperate, the inn allowed a paranormal investigation team to assess room 608. EMF meters spiked wildly. Cold spots were detected. One camera recorded a shadow crossing the mirror when no one was inside. Further digging revealed that room 608 had a long list of short stays, complaints of nightmares, even reports of sleep paralysis and whispers. One guest reported seeing a blood-soaked woman sitting at the edge of his bed. He checked out at 3 a.m. and never returned. The footage from the hallway outside room 608 was re-examined. For a split second at 3:14 a.m., the camera glitched. Just before the timestamp resumed, a flicker of a figure, blurry, long-haired, pale, appeared by the door. Investigators dismissed it as artifacting, but conspiracy forums had other ideas. Internet sleuths went wild. Some said it was a vengeful Yurei, Japanese ghost. Others believed it was a secret assassination using undetectable poison. One theory suggested an experimental military cloaking tech used to create the illusion of invisibility. A journalist uncovered a similar case in Nagano in 1987. A man was found dead in a locked cabin. Same words written on the wall. Same type of wounds. That case? Never solved. Koji wasn't just a regular office worker. He had recently left a job at a controversial tech company that dealt with surveillance software. This a silencing? Was he hiding something darker? Records show his last outgoing call was to an unknown number. 15 minutes long. The receiver was never identified. Audio from the room was never recovered. But neighbors say they heard whispering through the walls. Koji's wife claimed he had been seeing things weeks before. He spoke of a woman following him. He had written "she wants forgiveness" in his journal multiple times. Behind the headboard, investigators found faintly etched symbols. A local Shinto priest identified them as seals of banishment, used to trap or ward off spirits. Who carved them? And why? The blood used to write "forgive me" was not all Koji's. Forensics revealed trace amounts of type AB blood. Koji's was type O, but no one else had entered the room. So whose blood was it? To this day, room 608 remains locked and sealed. The Tsukuba Inn quietly rebranded. No one speaks of the murder. No arrests were ever made. No official cause of death was agreed upon. The case remains unsolved. But here's the last disturbing fact. In 2021, a Reddit user claiming to be a tourist at the inn posted a photo taken outside room 608. In the mirror behind him, a pale face can be seen staring directly into the lens. The post was deleted hours later. The user never posted again. So was this an impossible murder? A haunting? Or something that defies all explanation? Some say ghosts don't kill. Others say they never stop. But one question still lingers: if a locked room can bleed, what else can escape it?